And interesting, they have a lifeguard there. I don't know if that's something new. I've never really seen a lifeguard out here. There are situations where tourists get trapped out there on the reef or drown, even though you don't necessarily need to be a strong swimmer here, but sometimes there can be some current. If I look way off into the distance here, there's actually a lot of rain already over here, and it looks like it's pushing this way. That's Two Lovers Point right there, so as you can see, it's pretty rainy. Good morning, guys. From a day here on Guam, as you can see in the distance, the weather's not looking too good. It's very wet, very rainy right now, but we're heading down to the beach to check it out, as it's been a while since I've done a little beach report video here on the island. Dang. This is the way I normally go to get to the beach here. It's a little access point, but man, it's flooded. I gotta try and see if there's another way around. Maybe it's possible to cut through this parking lot of the restaurant. Or just go on the side of the puddle. Oh man, it's pretty muddy. I think it's doable. Oh God. You know, actually, today is a perfect day to make a video because it is the month of February here on Guam, and February is supposed to be dry season. Dry season kind of starts kicking in December, and then January and February are your first couple months. But to be honest, it's been raining a lot these last 2 months here in Guam. It's like the weather, the climate is changing. And here we are at the beach. As I said, it was raining, and if you just look around 360, it's pretty gloomy, pretty dark, but it's early morning. It's about 9:30 in the morning, so you know, sometimes it does rain in the morning, and then the afternoon it's pretty dry, so I'm guessing that's how today is gonna be. But look at the beach here. So as you can see, I'm here at the beginning of the Tumon Bay area, you know, with the hotels. You have Dusit Beach Resort, Guam Reef, and then, you know, Subaki Tower and stuff going that way. And the beach is the same as it always is. Water doesn't change, it's pretty clear. But last time I made a video, you know, that sports club was closed down. Looks like it's still closed down, nothing has opened. And I don't think there's much changes going on here. But I just wanna go for a little beach stroll as I have the day off. It's a Saturday in February. And as I said, I haven't been to the beach in a while. And this is kind of just a stroll through, show you guys what life is like here right now at the beach in this month. It's early morning, so you know, not a lot of people are out. There's definitely going to be more people as the day goes on. Even though the rental place closed, you can just rent some paddle boards and stuff from this guy. Beach chairs. You know, there's all the water stuff out there that's always here. So there's plenty of stuff that you can actually rent if that's what you're looking for. But if you're new here and you've never seen my videos, as I said, this is the beach with all the hotels. You have a bar there that's Taboo. Then you have, you know, some outdoor restaurants that are attached to the hotels that you can also eat at. Really nice places. There's some also bars around, like in the hotels, with some views like up there in the Dusit. But this is the place that most people come to on Guam to spend time at the beach. Locals, tourists, everybody. And interesting, they have a lifeguard there. I don't know if that's something new. I've never really seen a lifeguard out here. I guess that's a new thing, maybe because sometimes there are situations where tourists get trapped out there on the reef or drown and such things like that. But it's actually good to see that there's a lifeguard up there watching over the beach, especially for people that maybe aren't strong swimmers, even though you don't necessarily need to be a strong swimmer here, but sometimes there can be some current. And if it is a high tide like it looks like it is now, it can be more dangerous, of course. But this is a very low danger beach here on the island. As you can see, the water probably doesn't look super turquoise right now, but that's because there's a shadow casted by the hotel up here. But you'll see over there, that's where it looks like how it should, how it's always that bright turquoise color. But that's just because it's kind of windy, kind of rainy today. The weather's a little bit different. I hope I don't get rained on. Looks like we got another storm cloud coming. But honestly, another reason why I wanted to kind of hop on the vlog here is because I really haven't vlogged a lot in this new year of 2026. A lot of the old videos that I'm posting right now in the beginning of 2026, those are videos that I made at the end of last year and just kind of had stocked up, especially for my trip to Vietnam and just around here on the island. So if you haven't seen those, feel free to watch them. Another point of me actually coming onto the camera here is because I wanted to talk about how I really haven't been on the camera for a while. A lot of you guys have watched some of my videos about moving to Guam and just information about Guam. I've been posting a lot of those in the last couple months of this year and then, last year as well. But honestly, I haven't filmed any videos of 2026. Most of the videos that you guys are seeing in January and February of 2026, those are all filmed a couple months ago. Just had them stocked up and just putting them out and keeping the rhythm going and taking a break actually from making more new videos. But I want to make more new videos, but honestly, sometimes I just don't have the motivation to do it. When you make so many videos in one area after a while, it can be kind of boring. There's not a whole lot going on in Guam, to be honest. I can make a lot of videos about going out, eating, and trying different restaurants, but that's not what I do. I don't go out and eat all the time because I'd be broke, and there's gonna be no fun just doing this every day, like showing you the beach every day, Maybe some people would like it, but that's not really what I want to do, so that's why I haven't been making so many videos. But every now and then I will come down to the beach and show you guys how it's looking, what the scene is like. Again, I said it's early morning right now, so there's not much going on, so it's not really a good time to show you maybe how popular it is or how many people are here right now because it's too early in the morning, but there will be more people, as I said. But yeah, I just really wanted to talk about my last videos and stuff, and as you guys seen, I've been posting a lot of videos about Guam, the things you should know, moving here, tips like that. I've been mainly making those because those seem to engage the most with the audience, and honestly, they're very helpful for people that are considering coming here for a visit or moving or wanting to know about the situation in Guam. I think it's worth it to put some effort into it and to show people what it's like here. Now there's a lot more videos I can make, but honestly, they're not really the videos I enjoy making the most. They just do well. So I try to make them and give a little bit of information to people that want to know about Guam and what it's like. So there's those, and then as you've seen in the last couple of months, I've been posting my videos from Vietnam on my last trip that I went in 2025. Vietnam is a place I absolutely love. Vietnam is one of my favorite destinations. I've been there 4 times, I think. I've been up and down the country. There's still many more places I need to go explore. But honestly, I just like going there, and it's a great place to make videos and to just look back on those videos as memories, even though they don't do well at all. As you can see, some videos don't even reach 100 views, and that's just because in Vietnam, not many Vietnamese people actually speak English, so they're not really consuming the content. The content is going to be consumed mostly by people from the US and maybe Europe and stuff like that. So if you don't have a huge following, YouTube's not going to promote your content, and then that's the problem with small countries, or not small countries, but countries that are less popular for the English content in their own country and the people that live there. And it's unfortunate, but it's all right. I like going to Vietnam and making videos there and having memories about it, but I don't know how much more I'll be going there. Probably next time I do go to Vietnam, probably won't make many videos, and it'll probably be more of a pure vacation to just enjoy my time. Man, I really think I'm about to get rained on hard, so I'm going to try to go over to the hotel and stick close to there. And if I need to dodge in, I can, because if I look way off into the distance here, there's actually a lot of rain already over here, and it looks like it's pushing this way. That's Two Lovers Point right there, so as you can see, it's pretty rainy. And so honestly, you guys might be wondering, like, am I going to be making more videos from other destinations here in Guam? The answer is yes and no. I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of traveling away from Guam. I hope to. It depends on how much time I have away from work and stuff, but if I do, I don't know, maybe go to another Southeast Asian country. I'd like to go somewhere new, but really depends. I don't know where or when I'm going to be able to do that, so I'm not really thinking about it too much. But I'll probably stick to just making some more content here in Guam when I can. I don't know what it will be or when it will be. Probably not as frequent as I have been. You know, I've been trying to do like a video once a week, but sometimes it's tough. It might just be once every few weeks or something. Especially because, you know, I can make a lot of these videos, as I said, walking up and down the beach, rambling as I am right now, as you guys can tell, but it's just not as fun, you know. I could try to go to some restaurants and stuff here and there, like I said, but honestly, you know, I just don't really feel motivated to make a lot of videos here anymore, as I've made a lot, so I'm just gonna cut it down, cut it back. But the truth is, as I said, I will probably be making mostly videos here in Guam that are gonna be more informational and things that people need to know or want to know. That way, they're just better long term, and they won't just go up and then die immediately. You know, I don't necessarily enjoy them to the fullest, but honestly, they're not so bad to make sometimes. But honestly, my goal is to just continue to live here in Guam for some time. I don't know how long, but I'm gonna work, save money. I'm gonna try to make videos on the island, show you guys more about it. If you guys want to know about certain things, you can always let me know in the comments. I'll try to make videos on that. And honestly, maybe I'll try to look forward to moving one day and going to a different location, but I don't really see it right now. I don't know where. Oh, it's raining a lot. Yeah, so as I said, the weather is just unpredictable right now here in Guam. It's so weird for February, like it should be pretty dry already, but you know, the last like few weeks it's just been raining a lot. And I don't know, maybe it's going to be an interesting year. I don't know if it's going to be a stormy year, like maybe there's going to be presence of storms and typhoons. I hope not. But yeah, the weather here in Guam can just be very unpredictable and very crazy, to be honest. But I'm up here in the Dusit now, as you can see. This is a nice lounge area where you can check in. This is one of the better hotels on the island. I made a video about it. You can check that out. We're going to just take a walk through the hotels now. So I'm going to make my way from the Dusit Hotel here to the Dusit Beach Resort, which is the other part of Dusit. And as I was saying, yeah, so going forward, you can probably see videos just about Guam, you know, in the months of March, April, May, something like that. Because I'm probably not going to leave the island at all, just be here working, as I said. So you people that always ask questions about what do I do for work, how do I travel, blah, blah, blah. I just live here, work, and travel when I can. As you already know, Guam is expensive, so it can be very difficult to travel from the island multiple times per year. Even though some destinations that are close by are more affordable, like the Philippines, you can go there, I think $400 round trip. Just having the time off and going. So maybe I'll go back to the Philippines soon. I'm not really sure, but I'm here in Guam. So if there's something you want to know about Guam, you want to see about Guam, maybe I can try to make that when I have time. I might try to make a few more videos over the next few weeks, but we'll see how that goes. And just like that, it has stopped raining. The sun is trying to come out again. Typical for Guam, typical for an island, you know, where it's so small in terms of the width that the weather just passes over very quickly. As you can see, that's the trolley there. If you don't know, that's the one that transports a lot of tourists back and forth between popular places, like down here at the hotels and the restaurants to the shopping centers and stuff like that. Over there is the big shopping luxury mall that is closing down called DFS T Galleria. I think, what is it, they were closing down in March, so that's next month. It's coming pretty soon. And actually last time I went in there, I think a lot of their stock was pretty much depleted. I don't know if people bought it out or if they kind of shipped it elsewhere, but things are changing here in Guam, of course. You have some shops in here, the aquarium's in here that's still under renovation. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue my little walk here, as I don't really come down to this area, as I've said in the past videos. And yeah, just enjoy this Saturday morning before it gets too hot, because every day in Guam is pretty hot if you're not used to it. If you don't know about it, you're talking 87 degrees, somewhere around there, 90 degrees. Humidity, when I checked earlier, the humidity was already 89%. So it gets fairly warm here. So honestly, one thing you guys can probably look forward to if you want, I will probably be making a video about living here in Guam after so many years, because in a few months from now, I think I'm coming up on the 3rd year already of living here. Things have been fun, things have been difficult, and it's an interesting place to live, so I'll definitely make a video on that again and just speaking about what it's actually like to live here. But that's probably in a few months from now, not right now. And as I said, just let me know of other things you want to see about Guam, places maybe. Try to do different things on the island. But as I said, there's just not a whole lot going on, and you can read that online and certain chat forums or Reddit or what do you call it, even in the news they talk about how things are closing down and stuff, and I have in my last video. But yeah, things are different here. And just like that, it's raining again, so now I'm hiding under this little canopy here because more rain is coming. Yeah, one thing here in Guam, if you guys don't know, is when you come here, just bring an umbrella. It's useful because you never know when it's going to start raining. Or bring a raincoat, but honestly, it's just too hot for a raincoat most of the time. I was going to cross the street, but I'll wait for it to stop raining. Look at that, completely sunny. It is raining, sun showers. So typical, but it's pretty hazy and cloudy over there, so everything's kind of like passing over. And then I think it's going to be nice and sunny after, hopefully. And so last time I think I made videos here in Guam was mostly on the sudden changes of, you know, businesses closing down and things changing like that. And honestly, since then, I don't think a whole lot has changed in terms of places closing down. If you guys like wanted an update about that, I think there was some places like the Max's restaurant in the mall, they think closed down. And then I think there was another restaurant somewhere that's closing down. Oh yeah, I think it's called The Fin. It's like a Japanese restaurant, I believe, like kind of away from the tourist area, but I believe they also closed down, or maybe changing owners, something like that. But there hasn't been a lot of changes since then. Actually, yesterday there was something crazy that happened. There was an armed robbery here on the island. There's crime all the time. If you don't know, just look it up. There's crime all the time on Guam. But yesterday, there was like 3 guys that went to a shopping center, and they were like outside, and they like tried to rob tourists, or maybe they did rob the tourists and they got away, and they haven't found them yet. And it's already been, you know, like almost 24 hours. So it's like, what the hell? Like, how does that happen? Where are the cameras? There should be cameras on these buildings, and apparently like there was no photo evidence so far of the people, only the vehicle, because I think somebody standing by captured the vehicle they got into or something like that. But it's really crazy. There is crime here. You will see it if you come here. You might not experience it, of course. Like, I've been here 3 years and never experienced or really saw any sort of crime. So it happens, but it's very random, of course. And usually it's happening more locally with local people rather than tourists. But like this one that happened yesterday, I guess they targeted some tourists, which is terrible, because those people that did that should be put into jail for a while, because they are hurting tourism even more when it's already hurting as is. So yeah, that's just a little update. I don't want to drag on about that, but I'm walking along the strip now. As you can see, there's some Saturday morning traffic going on. People are staring at me, usual. But yeah, I don't know how much more I'm gonna be out here. It's getting a little humid, a little muggy after the rain, and this was just a little beach update here in Tumon. All right, I'm here back at the main intersection of the Tumon area, and I think that's gonna be it for this little walk and talk, this little stroll through Tumon for the beach report, beach checkout, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, if you haven't seen any of my other Guam videos, I definitely recommend checking them out. I have so many out there, everything from, you know, exploring certain places in Guam to tips and tricks and, you know, all of that about the island here. But definitely check it out. And if you haven't seen any of my videos in Vietnam, definitely give those a check out. I would appreciate that, because man, those videos are fun. Visited some cool places, ate some cool food and stuff like that, but unfortunately those don't really see the light, you know, because YouTube doesn't really promote them. But if you guys want to check them out, and if you ever think about traveling to Vietnam, I definitely recommend it, as Vietnam is a beautiful destination. So definitely give it a shot. But here I am, gonna sign off here, and that's it for this video. So I'll see you guys soon from another video here in Guam.